Welcome everybody, it's Debbie O'Neill of Scrap Me Quick Designs, and today's tutorial is going to be talking about putting vinyl on mugs. I've gotten a million questions about this. I know everybody's curious about what do you need to use, how do you do it, what do you need to have, that kind of thing. So today's tutorial is going to be all about that. I'm going to show you some examples, and we're going to put vinyl on 2 mugs here. I will be using the Cricut Permanent Glossy Premium Vinyl. This stuff is amazing. I'll talk more about that later, but I think on these cups I'm going to be using the white, and I will also need a piece of transfer tape. I'll use the Cricut transfer tape, a Cricut weeding tool, some scissors will be handy. Also, to clean your mugs off, you'll need some rubbing alcohol, and this I just get from the drugstore. A soft cloth or paper towel, and I'm going to have a hand towel and a bag of beans or rice from my pantry to help me with this. And of course we'll be using a Cricut, just a light grip mat to use to cut the vinyl with. And also you can use either your Cricut Explore machine or your Cricut Maker machine. So let's get started. So the other thing that you need to think about is what size do you want to make your image. So you do need to measure your cup. Now I just use a regular measuring tape here. You can use a ruler, whatever you prefer. So these are kind of short cups, right? They're not tall. And so I'm going to measure it from the rim of the cup down to where this first edge is, okay? And so it's about 3 inches. And then when I'm looking at the width of the cup, I'll kind of measure it as if I was envisioning that I had something on the front of the cup. So it looks like a 3 by 3 when I'm looking at it like this. It looks like a 3 by 3 would fit perfect on this. So that's kind of what I'm going to go for when I go into Design Space to size it. I do that for all of my cups. I kind of measure it that way, and then that way I kind of get a ballpark idea of how high I can make the image and also about how wide. Now, depending upon how you're doing your cup, you also want to not put your vinyl all the way up to the edge because, of course, your person may have their lips on that part of the cup. So I always make sure I've dropped it down a little enough to accommodate for that. Get started and go over to Design Space, and I'll show you what I did with the images that I'm going to use on these 2 cups. Okay, everybody, we're over in Design Space. Now, I'm going to go searching for an image. I want to show you how creative and fun it is just to look at images in Design Space to find some fun things for your mugs. Now I'm going to go into images. Now my project that I want to work on is 2 cups to give my daughters for Christmas. I found these really beautiful cups. I'll show you those in a moment. But I found these really pretty cups at the Target, and I thought these would be perfect for them. Every year, they're always teasing each other about who is the favorite. And so this year, I'm going to give them cups that say that they're the favorite, and it's going to be really funny. Anyway, so I am in Design Space. I've looked at images, and I have gone in the search window, and I've typed in the word favorite just to give me an idea what's out there, if there's already something in Design Space, or do I need to make my own. So I'm going to scroll through. And there's all kinds of things about being a favorite, whatever, right? So you can certainly find something if you're looking for that. But this one was perfect for the cup. So this one says, I'm the favorite. So I'm going to click on this and put it on my mat. And I've already measured the cups. So I know that I need them to, they can be about 3 inches high and 3 inches wide. So I'm going to just go ahead and change this to 3 inches wide. And then that's going to shorten the height of it to 2.4, which will be perfect. One daughter's going to get this one, but I'm going to go ahead and duplicate it because they are always saying, one of them starts it, I'm the favorite, and then the other one says, no, I'm the favorite. So I'm going to slice the word no out on the top of this. See, I want it to be capital letters. So I've got that, and then I'm just going to size it till it's smaller. And I'll go ahead and move it out just a little bit here. So this is a single layer image in Design Space, so it's easy for me to do this here because you can only slice one object to another. Kind of like a cookie dough with a cookie cutter. You can only slice one layer at a time. So this looks perfect. I am going to change the dimensions just a little bit by making it a little narrower so that it looks more similar to the same font that's already on here. Okay, so I have it where I want it. I'm going to highlight that, then I'm going to do shift and highlight the whole thing, and now in my layers panel over here I can use the slice feature. Okay, so now it will have sliced the word out just like the rest of the words on here. Okay, so now I have one that says I'm the favorite, and then I have one that says no, I'm the favorite. So this is going to be hilarious on Christmas. I wish y'all will be here. I'll just have to tell you about it. Anyway, all right, so I'm going to go up here, hit make it, and I'm cutting this out of the regular Cricut Premium Permanent vinyl. And it doesn't matter what color it is because you can cut it out of any color. So I didn't change the color on my screen. It didn't matter to me. And it's on my mat here. I'm going to move these over just a little bit so it'll be easier for me to cut those apart. I don't need to mirror it because it's regular vinyl. I'm going to hit continue. So then I want to make sure I pick the right material. So I go into browse materials, and up here in categories you're going to pick just vinyl. Okay, so this is regular vinyl. Then you're going to come up with all the different types of vinyl that Cricut has. Okay, there's a lot of them. So you want to find just the premium vinyl, textured, mosaic. Good grief, there are so many to pick, right? Here's the premium vinyl. So I'm going to pick premium vinyl. Okay, you're going to use just your regular fine point blade that came in your machine. Now we're going to get this cut out. Okay, before we move on to actually putting our mug together, I wanted to talk to you about the Cricut Premium Permanent Glossy Vinyl. This is a cup that I made several months ago, and I do mean several months ago, pretty much right after Cricut came out with the Permanent Glossy Premium Vinyl. And I did my own wash test with it, okay? So this is just a ceramic mug from the Dollar Tree, and this is the Cricut vinyl that I put on there. Okay, you can see it looks great. Even little tiny words. Okay, I intentionally picked small letters and then this green Cricut. Okay, I have washed this cup even more times than this. I got tired of counting. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 63 times that I actually marked it with a Sharpie marker on this cup in my dishwasher, and it looks just as good as the day that I put this on. Okay, so if anybody tells you the Cricut vinyl is not as good as other vinyl, that is not the truth. They have really upped their game with all of their vinyl and iron-on products, and I wanted you to know that if you use the permanent Cricut vinyl, you can put those on your mugs and on your cups and on anything else where you want it to stay, and it is washable, and the color's not going to fade on it. It looks just as good as the day that I made it. I just wanted to tell you guys about that, and that's why I use and recommend the Cricut Premium Vinyl when people are looking for things for their cups. All right, so there's my little infomercial. All right, so I have cut out the two images that you saw me make in Design Space, and I'm just gonna, I've already weeded one. I'll weed the other one just in case you have not weeded before. So your vinyl is on a plastic lining basically, and what you want to do is take your weeding tool and you're going to hook the edge of your vinyl to get it to lift up, and then you're just going to peel it away. So I know it's hard since this is white, but that's what I needed for these cups. So you're going to take off the excess, that's what weeding is, and you're just going to throw this away. You can't use that again. And then you're going to have those letters, because remember what I did was a cutout, okay? So it's almost going to look like it's a stencil on here, if you guys can see that. So I need to take those letters out. Now on the white, it's really hard to see on camera too, I'm sure. I'm just going to remove this. I prefer to bend it with my fingers when it's something like this, and it's small enough that I can do that. And I'm just going to lift up the little pieces. It's not going to hurt the vinyl. I'm not crushing it. I'm just gently bending it. Here, we'll put this to good use. You can wad this up with the excess facing out and use it to help you with your weeding. The other thing you can use is one of the Cricut weeding tools. I love the Cricut weeding tool kit, so I have these super fine tip tweezers if I should need them to help me. But basically, if you roll it back on against your finger, you're going to get this to peel up very easily. Okay. Now, if you were doing individual words, you of course wouldn't be doing it this way. You would weed away all the outside vinyl, but because this is more or less going to look like a stencil. So if you can see what I'm doing here, I'm just taking off the letters. You just want to look and make sure you've gotten all the things out. Now, if this particular font, there weren't little insets like in the R and the O that I needed to keep on here. They intentionally came out because of the font. I am going to take my transfer tape sheet and I'm just going to put it over my image here and cut out a piece to get that ready. We'll need our scraper tool. Let's talk about the cups. All right, so no matter what mug you're using, okay, you need to look at the mugs and we're going to clean them to start with, okay? Now, these two, one is rose gold and one is gold, all right? And they came from Target, and they do say that they are hand wash only, and they're not safe for the microwave. So you want to know that about your cups, because if you're giving them to somebody, you need to let them know that if you're going to be taking the labels off and stuff, you need to let them know, maybe on a little note that you write or something, that these are hand wash only, don't put them in the microwave, things like that. Now, can you put, this one is a microwave safe mug that I've already made. Can you put this in the microwave? That's another big debate that people have about putting their cups in the microwave. Now, if you're going to cook something inside of a mug, I would not put it in the microwave. If you're just going to warm up your coffee for 30 seconds, I think you're okay. I have not had any problems with the vinyl loosening up or anything like that. It's been perfectly fine. So you just need to know what kind of mug you have, particularly if you're giving these as gifts. You need to give people a heads up. Like this one's microwave safe, it would be fine. But am I going to cook a 3-minute cake in one of these mugs? You know, you can do that. Probably not. I wouldn't pick one with vinyl on it. I'd use one of my other mugs for that. Before you do anything else, you want to clean them. So we're going to do that. I just use some rubbing alcohol and a paper towel. And I have them sitting here on a hand towel, all right? Just so that they're not rolling around all over my desk. That just helps. And then I'm just going to clean them off really good because they get fingerprints and grime on them. And even if you wash them already, you want to make sure that you wipe it off with the alcohol because you want your vinyl to have the best chance of sticking, okay? Don't use a glass cleaner. Glass cleaners have a chemical in them so that they're streak free. They help with the drying process, and vinyl doesn't like that. So if you are using one of those and you're having trouble with your vinyl sticking, that may be your culprit right there. Okay, these are so cute. They're metallic. One's rose gold and the other one's gold. One daughter loves rose gold, the other one likes gold. So I thought these were perfect when I saw them. And now that we've got them clean, we need to be able to support them when we put our vinyl on. Now, something you need to think about when you're putting your mugs together. All right, I didn't think about this until somebody mentioned it to me, and then I was like, oh, you're right. So I have one child who is left-handed. The one who is getting the gold cup is left-handed. Normally, when you have a cup in your hand, you put your image on the side that's going to be facing out, not the side that's going to be facing the person. Okay, so that's really a personal preference, but that's kind of the rule of thumb, is that you would want, you know, people to be able to see what's on your cup when you're drinking it. So think about that, the orientation of your cup handle before you go to put your image on, if your image is only going to be on one side of your cup. So this child is left-handed, the one that's getting the gold cup. So I put the handle to the right, because when she picks the cup up in her hand, this is going to be facing out. I know that's tricky. Y'all have to work through this, okay? So when she has it in her left hand, this part that we're going to put on here will be facing in the right direction. You also want something that's going to help support the handles up while you are putting your vinyl on. All right, so I grab a bag of beans or rice or something that I have in my pantry, and I'm able to just maneuver this right underneath here, and this is going to hold it flat. Between the towel and this, it helps keep this still for me to be able to put the vinyl on. You could also grab something else, like I had this paint bottle sitting from one of the other projects. As long as it's small enough that it's just going to provide just enough support to keep this even when you go to put the vinyl on. We're going to take our transfer tape off. Make sure that you keep your liner for your transfer tape because your transfer tape can be reused. I'm just going to lay this in the middle here and then move it out to the left there on top of this, and then lay it straight down. Now I've got it on. I'm going to flip this over, and I like to peel my liner off by flipping it over like this. Okay, so this is the liner from the vinyl. You don't reuse that. That can be thrown away. Now we have our image. So this one says I'm the favorite. She's my firstborn, so I'm going to give her the I'm the favorite first. I'm going to lay it here in the center and then smooth it out to the left, making sure that it is down, and then slowly go over to the right. That's going to help you from having bubbles in your vinyl. You can use your scraper tool if you want and scrape with it. A lot of times I'm just able to rub it hard enough with my finger. It just depends upon what your preference is. And then you take off your transfer tape like so. Okay, so I'm the favorite. Super cute. All right, now the other one, the other daughter, is right-handed. They could not be more opposite of each other, let me tell you. So the other one is right-handed, so I have her mug with the handle facing left, so that when this will be the front of her cup as well. All right, doing the same thing, flipping this over. I'm going to lay this on just like I did the other one. I'm going to go one direction. I always go left, even though I'm right-handed. I don't know why I go left first, but that's my preference. And then I'm just going to rub it down really well. Make sure, particularly down here where you've got like the little curl of the phrase here. Okay, and now we are done. I'm going to put my transfer tape back on my liner because I will be able to use this piece again. And now I have these two super cute cups. I was going to show you another set that I had made. So this was another set that I made. These were also images in Design Space. Okay, one says, if it involves tea, count me in. The other one says, first I drink coffee, then I do the things. And I use the permanent vinyl comes in a bunch of different colors, and it also has a couple of metallic colors. So there I use the gold metallic on this, and there's also a silver and some other metal colors. These were the two other cups that I had made to give as other gifts. Okay, completely different style, different sizes or whatever, but I apply them all exactly the same way I just showed you. So I hope you find that helpful. I hope you guys like that and you picked up some good tips on how to put vinyl on mugs or on cups, and that you do want to use the Cricut Premium Permanent Vinyl because it is awesome. All right, I'll talk to you guys later. Come back for more tutorials. Be sure and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And thank you so much. And you guys have happy crafting.